What's up guys, it's Max, and I recently spent a few days shooting film in the wild west, where I crossed paths with coyotes, took a Red Dead Redemption side quest, saw some big rocks, and hopefully took some alright photos. If you don't already know, I'm taking a trip around the west of the US, shooting a load of Portra 400 on my Nikon F100. My goals while I'm out here are to shoot the kind of photos I would put in a book, and to not get a cactus up my arse. After nearly losing my camera in San Francisco, sparring with bears in Yosemite, and doing kick-ups with chipmunks in Zion, we were finally on our way to a town called Sedona, Arizona.
Not a bad spot for it, is it?
Gorgeous.
What do you think to the breakfast though? What is it today?
Like,
vanilla muffins.
Yeah, you've had them.
I've had mine.
What are
They're food.
Before I got any real shooting underway, I had to take my Red Dead side quest, where we were told there'd be a river crossing and possibly even a mountain lion.
I emptied your container. That's all I got from her.
The mountain lions must have heard I was coming, because they'd made themselves pretty scarce. Later on, I've got some banging views and quite possibly some of the best photos from the whole trip in Monument Valley. But for now, we take a trip to one of Sedona's most visited tourist attractions, a weird mega chapel.
Gotta take that sun seriously. Do you do your eyelids?
Yeah, I burned them once.
Oh, so you learnt your lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
I saw some old lady on Instagram do her lips.
Yeah,
So I started doing that.
get the lips as well.
The sun's gone behind a cloud. I'm going to talk about this photo a bit later in the video, but I just want to touch on it now. This is a photo I'm really happy with. It's not perfect, but there's a lot going on. I've got the movement of the car, the rocks in the background, and the gate in the foreground. It's exactly the kind of thing I'm going for, so that's cool. The only thing I'd have done different is to maybe shoot this at a lower shutter speed. It's hard because the car is moving far away, so I'd probably need it to be like 1/5 of a second before I actually saw the kind of movement that I wanted to. But anyway, let's get back to Sedona's mega chapel.
Is it all good? Cool. I'm just using these trees to frame the view.
What an easy ways to take photos.
Look at it.
It's alright, big rock. Another big rock. Another one there. Cacti. Impressive.
What's it called? Greenhouse. Long lens daddy mode because I want to do that. But I'm waiting for a car. Earlier on there was loads of cars here, weren't there? But now there's no cars. We just went to see a church, and it was weird. And the guy was saying that you can't take photos in there, but I don't know, it was strange.
Did you get told off?
I didn't get told off, but someone else did. I'm stealthy. I'm on stealth mode.
I only actually shot a bit more in Sedona, but I'm going to keep some of these photos under wraps, just in case I do put a book together in the future. Coming up, I'm going to take some of my favourite photos so far in Monument Valley. This is amazing, but let me just say, this was just before we'd worked out what the issue was with the ND filter. So you're going to see some shadows and stuff in some of this part of the video, but I make up for it with my dashing personality and beautiful looks. Just in case some of you regular watchers are wondering where I am, I'm actually in an Airbnb in Bergamo, which actually had a gas leak when I first moved here. The person didn't even know about it, I just noticed the smell of gas. They sort of gaslighted me, which is funny, to say that there was no smell of gas, and then we got some guy in and he discovered that all of the top of the hob was leaking gas. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm safe and sound, and I've probably only got minimal carbon monoxide poisoning.
I've got 3 rolls of film left and 4 days until LA, where I can probably buy some film. So I'm a little bit worried now, but also I can't really stop shooting because it's just really good. Not a bad spot for some lunch, eh?
Some sandwiches.
Really good. What you got? Cheese and lettuce.
2 types of cheese and lettuce.
Oh, the rubber cheese.
Yeah.
Monument Valley was a really cool place to shoot, and I'm even happier to have paid to get in because it's a native national park sort of thing. A lot of places over here are unique, but Monument Valley has its whole own vibe, and I really loved it. If you're a regular watcher, then you'll notice that I haven't been going through the end of each roll, so I'm just going to put it all together and do one big top 5 right now on the end of this video. These are the kind of photos that I would put into a book, or they just generally stand out to me as really high quality shots that are in line with the kind of way that I want to shoot. I think it's really important for me to identify what it is about those photos that I think is really good, so that I can continue to try and take better and better photos in the future and try and stick to the style that I'm creating. So we're counting down from shot number 5. And shot number 5 is not necessarily a book-worthy shot, but it's definitely a really cool shot. This one of Katie with the can of cream soda. I always love having different elements at play when there's a famous viewpoint or whatever, and this kind of illustrates just that. I'm always the happiest when I can bring something different to the table, and I look for the non-obvious frame as opposed to just this is, you know, a load of big rocks. Woohoo, you know, everyone's taken that photo. And this leads me on to number 4, and this was a difficult one. Like, there are some pretty good shots from this section of the trip, so it can be pretty hard to like narrow it down to like 5. But I've gone for this one. Kind of landscapey picture that was taken near the mega chapel. Usually I'd say there's not enough going on in this picture for me, but what I like about it is the different layers. We've got the brown sand in the foreground, deep greens in the midground, and the mixture of the two in the rock in the background. I think there's a good amount of depth to it. Maybe not a book-worthy shot for me, but it's cool. Picking number 3 is not going to be as hard of a choice as picking between number 2 and 1. I think I'm going to have to go with the coyote. That was so cool. It was close to us and it was pretty chilled. We hadn't really had an experience like that since seeing the bears in Yosemite, so that really stuck with me. Personally, I think one of these shots could be book-worthy for me. There's a weirdness to the coyote just sitting there looking at the car, and there's so much symbolism around the coyote that could really work within a book. We're coming in hot with number 2, and I just want to say basically 1 and 2 are in joint first place because they're both really good shots to me. So number 2 is going to have to be the picture of the car driving in front of the red rocks. As I said earlier in the video, the only thing I'd change is the shutter speed. I'd just want to see a little more movement from the car, but I'd want it to still have form. Otherwise though, this has got everything I want from a shot. There's a lot of elements at play, it's sharp, the colour is nice, and I think the composition is pretty good too. Book-worthy for me, but all round just a really good picture. And number 1, sometimes you just served up a picture on a golden platter. I think like every 500 photos you take, sometimes you just get like a nice golden egg. And I call this one Dude on a Bench. Thank you, dude, you really did me a solid. Looking back at this, I could probably have done better compositionally and probably got closer too, but I still think this is top notch. I think I'm pretty lucky the guy's wearing colours that really contrast with the rocks, because if he was wearing beige or something like that, it wouldn't really have the same impact. This would definitely fit right into a book for me, and this underpins my mentality of trying to make these beautiful areas more interesting while I'm shooting. So there you have it. This was a really cool portion of the trip, and I'd really suggest Monument Valley to anyone. This really gave me a bit of a drive to try and explore areas like Utah and stuff like that if I ever get the chance in the future. I really think Monument Valley and that kind of area, Arizona as well, has so much to offer. But anyway, stick around for next time, because there's Joshua Tree, which is the weird little desert just before LA. And for now, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. Obviously, go and check out some other videos. And yeah, peace.